Welcome back to the Auto Obsessive Garage. Chadwick with you again with another installment of the Project Show Me the Sleeper series. In this actually very jam-packed episode, we're going to be doing a ton of stuff to the show. We're going to start it off with replacing those CV boots. Both sides of the car, they were both leaking out tons of grease and gashed open, so let's go ahead and replace those. We're going to go ahead and freshen up the brakes by doing a brake bleed, maybe touching them up a little bit to make them a little prettier looking and prevent some future corrosion. Pads and rotors are good, so we're not going to touch that. We're then going to restore those stock show wheels, the lace style wheels. This process takes a while, guys. Just be forewarned that you need to set aside an entire weekend to take care of this project. I'm going to walk you through that step by step, get those all cleaned nice and shiny again, and I think we're going to end the episode with a full detailing of the interior. The show's pretty clean, but definitely upkeep on interior cleanliness hasn't been a priority over the past couple, who am I joking? Past couple decades. So we're going to get in there and clean it up, and that's going to be it for this episode. Again, thanks for tuning in, guys. I hope you guys are enjoying this series. I've been really enjoying the show. It's a fantastic car, and like I said, I've been looking forward to working on one of these for a while. So please enjoy the episode.
Time to replace these old CV axle boots. Remove the two bands holding them on, cut them off, and then we'll clean up the area, put the new ones on packed with fresh grease, and be good to go. The first step is getting these clamps off the actual CV boot. It'll be pretty challenging. I like to use a big old screwdriver, flathead screwdriver. Kind of pry at them. Ugh. Always wear safety goggles. You don't want to be catching the stuff in your face. There goes the inner. Outside's going to be a little more rugged, of course. Just like so. Now we're probably going to end up cutting this off. Kind of already cut itself off when it's sheared in half. Probably just going to use some dikes here, or diagonal cutters. Well, the good sign is someone at least packed and re-greased this thing at one time. You can see all the grease up in here. That's a great sign. If that thing ever runs dry or gets a lot of dirt in there, game over. That's an automatic axle replacement. I'm not seeing a lot of dirt in there, so I might just clean up some of this older grease, clean up the immediate area, pack it with some new grease, and put the new boot on. That's sweet. There we go. Came off. Looks like it's packed with baby pee diarrhea surprise. Alright, look at this stuff. Let's get in here and, oh, so much grease. They overpacked it. That's always better than the alternative. So let's clean this up and get it prepped for the new boot to go on. Now let's clean all this excess grease up, so we'll be ready to install the new boot. I don't think I need to mention to use a clean cloth or rag when you're doing this. You don't want to introduce anything with contaminants to the axle, so if you're using a little nasty rag that you use to degrease something, you probably don't want to do that. Okay, we're actually looking pretty good there. Something to be aware of is that these universal boots don't always fit perfectly. Ended up taking a Dremel, trusty old Dremel 3000 with a cutting disc on the end, and cut off a couple of these rings on this end, and then the tabs, the larger end of the CV boot. So it fits great now. Next step is packing that joint with fresh grease, because we cleaned the old grease out, and then we're going to go ahead and install this new boot. We should be good to go. Let's go ahead and bleed the brake system on this Taurus SHO. Probably long overdue, so let's go ahead and top off our power bleeder a little further. Awesome. We're ready to start pumping. Let's get the pressure up around 15 psi, walk around the car, crack all the bleeders, and get this thing some clean fluid. You know the drill, guys. Start with the caliper furthest from the brake master cylinder and go ahead and break them loose. On the Ford Taurus SHO, it appears to be an 11mm, so go ahead and slide your line wrench into place, and then go ahead and attach your catch bottle. And then with all that pressure, you should be able to just break it loose and let her go. Whew. That hasn't been broken loose for some time. We're gonna let this run until clear fluid comes out, and then we're gonna go ahead and close this bleeder valve, move on to the next caliper. It's as easy as that. The major issue with these Taurus SHO wheels is that the clear coat has peeled and left it looking pretty horrible. If we're gonna paint these wheels, we still have to get rid of that clear coat surface because that'll show up through the paint. I wanna really shine these because these wheels came shiny from the factory. So what I'm gonna do is go ahead and clean them thoroughly first, which I've already started to do here. Get them nice and clean, and then I'm gonna try different strengths of wire wheel and just see if we can sand it back with like really, really fine sandpaper, probably 2000 grit, and get it to shine. If it doesn't look good there, we'll have to go to paint. So let's go ahead and try to restore these first. Yeah, I'm gonna need something more aggressive to knock down the wire wheel scratches. So let's start with a 600. Alright, all done sanding and polishing the wheels. Here's the before shot, one that hasn't been touched yet. And here's the final product. All shined up. Hardest part was taking that clear coat off, to be honest. And then go ahead and sanding down all the marks left by the wire wheel that took the clear coat off. So quite an endeavor, but as you can see, decent payoff. You can just see all that kind of nasty clear coat here, nice and shiny. Time to detail the interior of the SHO. Go ahead and first things first, let's pull out all our dirty floor mats, get those laid out on the garage floor, and really start addressing how dirty they are. There's some pretty nasty, let's see here. Not exactly sure what that is. Kind of feels like some sort of grease. Don't know if they greased the e-brake at one point and it got on the carpet, so that might be challenging to remove, to be honest, but we'll try our best. Let's go ahead and tackle these floor mats and get them as nice and fresh looking as we can. First step, go ahead and vacuum them. pretty much going to do the same thing in the interior. We're going to go ahead and vacuum, then use the Bissell steam cleaner. Then we're going to go ahead and use the Resolve to hit up any of those really, really deep stains. Always start with the floor. I kind of work my way up. Then we'll go ahead, get the seats, clean those up really nice. There are some repairs to be made on the driver's seat, so I'll save cleaning that to a later time. And then go ahead and work the dash and everything else in there. So got a lot of stuff to do. As you can see, the floor area has some pretty well-worn dirt in there, so we'll take care of that. Like I said, just follow the same steps as you did for the carpets.